everyone. The chat a live session for volunteers with Project Step One is a 100% volunteer-run organization. It has been almost a year now that we have touched more than a million lives through our 2.3 million free teleconsultations. And thanks to every one of you that you have been a part of this large community, all our doctors, volunteers, and our counselors that have made this possible to touch so many lives and help these COVID patients deal with such, um, you know, uh, these circumstances that nobody was actually prepared for. So thank you so much, and thank you so much for coming on the panel today. Hi, this is Kriti. I'm your host and also a volunteer with Project Step One. Today on this panel, we have Pelagic Derek, Prasanthi Ganti, and Ranparia with us, who have been a part of Project Step One since the very beginning. I would like all my panelists to introduce themselves one by one. Pelagic, let's start with you.
Yeah, hi everyone. First of all, my name is not Pelagic Derek, it's Derek D'Souza. Pelagic is my brand name, which I do. My name is Derek. Anyway, I've been with Step One since day one, and it's been an exciting journey in terms of what we've achieved throughout this year and a few months. I mean, as you all know, we started off with Step One to ensure that we reach every citizen, every part of the part of India, and we decided telephony, and the telephony has grown into various different things, and we are reaching millions and millions of citizens today with this platform. We have a huge number of, I mean, a large number of volunteers and doctors on this platform helping citizens every day. So it's been a great journey with Step One from the time we started, when we did not know what to do in a proper manner to what we are precisely doing today. And it's been very helpful. I also, apart from Step One, I actually run a company called Pelagic Drive. I'm a fisherman. I travel around India and the world trying to catch fish, but of course I don't eat it. I put it back. It's basically to promote conservation and promote the sport in different parts of India. That's about it from me. Thank you very much.
Interesting background that you have, given that you are a community helping us here. Prashanti, why don't you ahead to please share some information about yourself?
Hi everyone, my name is Prasanthi and thank you for having me here today. I've been with Step One since last year, July onwards, and in fact, one of the first members who helped me to learn some of the processes was Derek, and I came to know about Step One through a friend, and that's how I joined. So it's been an exciting journey all these months, and so much to learn and to do. And of course, it's been very satisfying as well. Um, so I was initially part of the plasma team, and then moved to the. Parallelly, I was also working on the state ops along with Apurva for Maharashtra, and then we started the launch team in Step One. So, yeah, very excited to be here, and thanks again.
So, Prashanti, what do you do in your time apart from Step One? In your free
So,
time with
yeah, well, I am a mom of two kids, and they bring a lot of laughter, and they fill my days with fun. I come from an engineering background, but I've been a teacher and an entrepreneur also. Had a startup of my own for a little bit. I've been a volunteer with different kinds of organizations in various fields like education, livelihood generation, elderly well-being, um, and I'm fond of film music, Carnatic music, and I'm learning that locally. I also love dance, so I'm learning semi-classical Odissi. So plus every week for a couple of hours, um, I work for an organization called Think Tag, where I'm involved in content preparation for educational material in math and science. Yeah.
It's actually amazing having come from such a diverse background. We all together here. Harsh, maybe you can let us know what you do apart from your work in Step One.
Yeah, hello everyone. Thank you, Kitty, for having me here. So yeah, I joined Step One like at the starting of this year, and I also come from an engineering background. I just fresh out of graduation. I just work in a pharmaceutical company. So we used to manufacture the human consumable drugs, and over there I had an operational experiences. Yeah, I'm a kind of a bit proud to say that I was in the core team. Like we ran the Remdesivir first drive batch over there. So yeah, way back in 2018. So after that, I had my own startup. So we used to manufacture the 100% water degradable home care products. And yeah, currently I am working as an impact analyst. So yeah, I work in a sustainable domain, and analyze the social and environmental impact of the different farms. So yeah, apart from my professional background, I'm a person of outdoor. I love being in the mountains. I do treks. I take part in expeditions, Himalayan expeditions. And yeah, though we are locked down over here and we should be responsibly like staying home back home. So yeah, and yeah, I also like to go for a run. And currently I also run an tree plantation drive down here in my city. And yeah, took care of this plants, everything.
This is amazing, amazing, Harsh. Having to know that all of you are so much into conservation of environment and then helping us here deal with the COVID situation. Thank you so much for having it, being in the team and being here for so long, taking out your time and helping us out, the citizens out there with the teleconsultations. I'm sure there is a lot of work that is required in the back end as well. We'll move on with some of the questions that we have that our citizens and the viewers want to know about you, how you do your work in Step One. We'll start with Derek. Derek, can you share how you started with Step One, and how you got involved in the team that you are working in? I suppose it is the tech and the product team. Having such a different background, just let us know how the journey began.
Well, my background is actually tech, so I quit tech and I actually started fishing because I was tired of tech. But when Step One started, Rags actually, was one put out a thing saying that he needed some volunteers, and I quickly, volunteered and figured that I can actually contribute and started working on the tech, started with the documentation part, and got into ops, into then got into product and then tech. So the tech was, I think, by default came into because of the background in terms of product and tech. So it's very important also to liaise with the stakeholders, that is the government, and then work with them, understand exactly what is required, and then translate it back into a document so that the tech team can build the products. We have a great amazing tech team which has built the entire workflow management in terms of statesmen, to help manage thousands of patients every day on the system. So yes, I mean, given I don't know whether I really want to be in the tech part or the project part, but I think the contribution holds good. So it helps citizens every day. So I think that's where I am.
Yeah, I'm so sorry I lost the connection for a while. So, Derek, being a part of the tech team, how do you think you were able to, bring out a change and cause an impact? Of course, like we all understand how it has been, but maybe you can share something that, was very satisfactory for you while you were working on the tech team, helping out the COVID impacted citizens.
Well, I mean, we have thousands of volunteers today, and we serve hundreds and thousands of citizens. So every citizen that is touched, if somebody is clicking to call or somebody is actually putting in some details, capturing the details, or sending a patient to emergency, or like, booking a hospital, booking an ambulance, sending an oxygen concentrator, they use tech. And so
Right.
the tech is the most important thing in terms of the platform which we have developed, and our tech team is really, really awesome. So they are in the background, they're never in the foreground, but they realize that everyone that is working on the system is enabled by them. So we need to be very proud that indirectly they're responsible for every citizen or patient that is going through our system.
That is very true, very true. And in fact, the circumstances that we were in, I believe that if tech had not been there, it would have been very difficult for us and everybody to deal with the situation and even help with the economy. So I think tech definitely played a very important role here.
Correct,
Uh,
correct. Both tech and product, I think, because
of course.
it's not easy to manage such large amounts of data, and when it happens in spikes, and then we need to scale it in according, to what is done. So, what architecture Shantanu, Tushar, and all have written is amazing. That it works on any scale, so we can actually we at one point were almost handling about 45% of India's COVID caseload, especially the home isolation caseload. And everything was, geared up for it, and we managed all those patients and citizens on our platform.
I understand, totally understand. So, Prashanti, moving ahead with you, you are involved in the operations part and closely working with Derek, I believe. Tell us how your experience has been so far with Step One.
So it's quite funny, when I joined Step One, the very next day, Derek just put me on the Delhi Plasma team, and he said, "Okay, here it is. You go run with it." So it was, by in the night we talked, and the next day morning I had to just start working, and it was fun, it was exciting, it was satisfying. That I can't say this enough, that I learned so much throughout this entire journey. So initially, the work in Delhi Plasma was, to manage the endpoint process over there, and I started leading that process. Helping people who have recovered from COVID and who wish to donate their plasma. We had to coordinate their travel and the whole process of coming and donating the plasma and all of that, and then the follow up as well once they go back, with regards to checking on their health. Many a times we would have so many questions coming up, the last minute jitters and all of that. So developing cold feet. So there was a lot of counseling also that went into it without we actually noticing, or rather preparing for it so much. It just happened on the fly. So there were so many requests that used to come to us, saying that my family needs family member is critically ill and needs plasma. So whenever we were able to arrange for something, it was really wonderful. Um, I also started working in parallel. I was working on the state ops for Maharashtra. My work started in Pune. So there was a lot of initial planning, all of that went into setting up the process over there. So that gave me a good experience of how a place can be a solution can be implemented in a particular place and how it can be launched. So we found that that there is a dearth of a dedicated team to do this whole background work to understand what is the requirement from each district or each state, and then talking to various teams to figure it out, what to do, what not to do, what kind of a process to implement. So that's how the launch team came about, and we had more people who joined. I had Sangeeta, I had Yash, and a couple of other people also who joined as we went along. And amazing experience again over there, trying to talk to the government officials, understanding their requirements, what they want, convincing them that we are capable of handling all these requirements that they share with us. Of course, there are certain queries which they want, which we cannot satisfy, certain requirements which we cannot satisfy, and to be able to communicate that in a certain way, and then coordinate with all the various teams. We have to coordinate with the tech team, the data team, um, with the CWRM, with the DRM, and there's so much of work that goes into it. The state sign up team. So just working with everyone, putting a process in place, and seeing it launch, and seeing the first day when you see the numbers come in of the patients, and we see that the screeners are able to call them, in case of home isolation, or if it's a mental health counseling, when we see the calls are coming in from citizens, they are asking for help, or any other inbound line, right? It's an amazing feeling that whatever work you've done is now showing up. It's worth it.
Definitely.
Every minute that you spend is worth it. Yeah.
While I cannot, relate clearly to the feeling that you had because I was not involved in all those teams, but I can totally relate because, when we are feeling helpless, we need some kind of support. And Step One has been there throughout to help these citizens at every point. And that too, it's totally volunteer run organization. So I can totally, understand how you must be feeling. It must be very good to be able to help in such circumstances. Harsh, moving ahead with you, you have been a part of the team from a long time. Tell us how your journey has been with Step One, and what did you learn? Like, how has it been overall?
Yeah, so yeah, like I joined the Step One like in the starting of this year, and I was looking for something where I would invest my time like responsibly, and reaching as we are doing the millions of peoples and millions of lives. So yeah, I came to know that the organization was looking for someone with an operation background, and yeah, I just settled into Maharashtra. And I went for it. And the next day I was on a call with Apurva and the other persons in the organization. And yeah, I just settled into Maharashtra. And when I joined, as the Prashanthi has mentioned, that they had already worked on it, the basic and the core structure which were needed for an operations to be going on. So yeah, I was readily served for it, but I learned a lot of things from it. And yeah, just going up to the time. And yeah, and nextly I was appointed as an Delhi ops, co-leading with Sangeeta, Likita, and Shashank by my side. And yeah, it was really great experience, and we were facing the second wave very hugely. So yeah, there were some instances where it felt very magical and energy boosting when screeners who were in direct contact with the doctors and patients. So they just bring down that a patient which they had called would be really appreciating, telling them that thank you for calling us and thank you for taking care of us. And that thing really boosted me up, and definitely the whole team. And recently, I also got to work within the launch team alongside with Prashanthi when we launched Jammu and Kashmir home isolation monitoring. It was really great experience, and yeah, we successfully have launched it. Yeah.
So I can successfully say that, working as a volunteer here in Step One, you all have the experience of running a startup. It's just that we are not we are working for a cause, but it's a fully functional startup where everybody has a duty, and we are working towards fulfilling it so that the organization works in the best way possible. Right. Right. So, okay, thank you so much for all the journey that you shared so far. I have some few questions, like quick rapid fire round, you can say. It is just to have a sneak peek in your life and see how it is outside the serious works that you do. We'll start again with Derek. I'll ask three questions, and you need to give, a really quick answer without thinking much, right? Fine. Let me start. So, so Derek, your first love,
Fish.
fish. I thought so. One thing you would change in yourself.
Nothing. I'm perfect.
Great, great. Best moment in life.
Um, I think when my children were born.
Okay, that's really nice. Fine. Harsh, moving ahead with you. Most embarrassing moment in your life.
Yeah, like I would say that when I was in the fifth grade, I failed the math class, and in the third grade, I just topped it. So the fifth grade one would be the most embarrassing.
Oh, okay, okay. And what would you choose? Money or political power?
Yeah, definitely political part because there's no grade in money here. So
Okay. And will you prefer travel in a solo or in a group?
yeah, definitely. So I've been to 3 solo
Okay,
trips.
okay.
So,
Nice, nice. Prashanti, moving again with you. Would you like to fly or swim? Hello.
Fly.
Yeah, fly. Okay. If given a wish, what would it be?
Uh, I think live my life to the fullest every day and help, asking for help to do that. That's the only
Okay.
wish that I have.
That's nice. That's nice. And okay, final one. What would you prefer? Free air tickets for life or free food for life?
Ooh, free air ticket any day.
Ah,
Travel,
I
travel.
think, yeah, I think that's an option that will be common for everybody.
I'm not a foodie, so so it wouldn't come to me naturally. But travel, yes, I totally love it.
I would citizen volunteers and to the other citizens who would like to, serve us, be a part of Step One. Starting with Prashanti, just quick pointers that you would like to share.
Um, Hi everyone. I think we owe it to the universe, for something to work in our favor. There's so many things that have to go right, and many a times it's a silent work of someone or somewhere. So I strongly believe that we should do our bit for the society, and it's not just Step One. There are so many other opportunities for us to do this. But specifically speaking about Step One, I think Step One is an amazing organization with so many volunteers and doctors, and also people from other organization who we partner with, and we have come together with one common objective, which is to help our people during these tough times. So do tell your friends and family about it, and please ask them to join. We are always in need of good volunteers. So yeah, thank you.
Right, right. Derek, what would you say?
About volunteering, basically, I think step one is just a platform, right, where we've got everybody together. But volunteering should be in nature, or helping out should be in nature of any person, because it's one of the most important characteristics that any human being can have. I mean, if somebody does not have that characteristic, then I think they do not classify as human being, right? If they do not have that. So just imagine this. I mean, if every person actually helps another person, that's good enough, right? So then we don't have any trouble. So that's what can happen through volunteerism, and what can happen through helping somebody. So just each one helps another one. That's all they need to do. And then we are sorted for the rest of life, right? So the entire world is taken care of. Every citizen in this country is taken care of. But unfortunately, we do not live in these ideal conditions. So that's why we need people to step up and join step one so that we can help those people who are in need and, where they are not able to get some help. Thank you.
Totally agree with you. Totally agree. Harsh, please add some pointers from your end.
Yeah, sure. So those who are like currently watching it or might be seeing it in the future. So I would like to say that there's no point of waiting if you are thinking that you should be doing something very responsibly. So yeah, just tap in, just connect to the step one organization, and yeah, there are very helping hands. So you do not need to like hesitate on doing something. So you'll be guided properly, and yeah, that's how I joined in. Yeah, perfect.
Thank you so much for such an amazing session, guys. It was really nice knowing everybody and to know how you became a part of this organization and your life outside Step One. It's really amazing to meet everybody here and know each one of you a bit more personally apart from the work we do. To all our citizens that are watching the video and would be watching in the future, I request all of you to be a part of this organization, Project Step One, or any other organization as Derek mentioned. But to be a part of this organization, I request you to give us a missed call on 0806 197 2266. Thank you so much for that time. Thank you so much, guys. Hope to see you guys again. Have a nice day.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Kriti.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.